It's so early. You guys want to get some coffee or something?
Can I get a cup of coffee? Black? Can't you see we talking? White?
Even little kids in Mexico drink coffee.
Well, I'm not a little kid in Mexico, okay?
That is the best coffee I've ever tasted.
A damn fine cup of coffee.
You want a cup of coffee?
No coffee.
Coffee drinker, huh?
Maybe we could grab some coffee?
Coffee! Coffee, 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 coffee!
God damn, Jimmy. This is some serious gourmet shit. Me and Vincent would have been satisfied with some freeze-dried Taster's Choice, right? And he springs this serious gourmet shit on us.
I don't know why I still love that video. Morning, everybody. It's Friday morning, and it is Fantastic Friday here on PCM. Forgot my own name.
Jesus Christ, Gerry.
So I'm happy to say I'm drinking some delicious Fuel Up right now. Yummy. Want to let you guys know that we have some big news coming next week. And I don't want to say what it is yet because I'm going to let Chris break the news to everybody. But a new change is coming, and I think it's going to be one for the better because this person is going to be joining our team who really should be a part of our team because I think every single one of us love dealing with this person. Not going to say who it is. I'm not even going to say the gender. Nah, no gender reveal party. So fuck y'all. Yeah. I am feeling the effects of my delicious Fuel Up this morning.
Yeah, we can say.
What's that? We can say what?
That you're feeling your...
Oh, yeah. I'm feeling
stop
good.
Rubbing it in. I'm feeling the
Marcus
effects
is
of a lot of
here.
sleepless
Good morning,
nights.
my friend. How the fuck are you, dude? That is awesome to see you, man. So anyway, how's everybody feeling this morning? John, how are you doing up there in Sedalia?
I'm doing pretty good. Just waiting for Sunday.
Did you watch the latest episodes for next week?
No, but I'm going to watch them this afternoon.
I'm kind of hoping to do that on date night with Anima, along with some other stuff. And
I resisted. I thought about getting up early and watching them, but
Martin, have you watched them?
What?
Vox Machina?
Oh, of course, man. That's religion in my house.
Okay.
Do you mean that?
Yeah. My youngest daughter and I, we're ultra fans of the show.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You've never said anything to me before about how big a fan you are.
What the hell, man?
No, you
Of
really
course
haven't.
I have.
He has, Gerry.
I would remember if you'd said that to me.
No. Oh,
I
my
remember.
God. My heart is broken.
That's
So-
how much attention Gerry pays to his friend.
Yeah.
Well, you guys expect me to care. I don't understand. I just know you suck at bowling. That's all I know.
No, that's all you remember.
Yeah, that's all I remember. That's what is it? That's all I'm expected to remember.
obviously I'm prepared for today.
Oh, sweet.
Nice.
Before we get into that, I want to check. Anima, how are you doing today? Did you get some sleep?
Not much. I slept like 4 hours and then I woke up and couldn't go back to sleep. I don't know. It's getting boring.
That's all I got to say. I'm going to. What's that character? Sling Blade. Mm. He grunts. Mm.
Ugh.
But what did you enjoy these 3 episodes of Vox?
Me? Yeah, I love it. There's
Yeah, I
some scenes
absolutely.
that just made me laugh so loud that Loki went into the bedroom because I scared him.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I will say that today's show is brought to you by. Let me find it real quick here. There it is. The show's the wonderful company Fuel Up. We're still trying to get our heads out of our asses with some of this stuff because there's so much work that has to be done. But there it is. Oh, go ahead and drop the Fantastic Friday so everybody can see that.
Yeah.
All you got to do if you want to try this stuff out is go to fuelup.gg/morning coffee Gerry. And I'm telling you, man, it's pretty amazing. I really do like it. It's delicious. And on top of that, once again, you don't get the jitters or the crash from the caffeine because of their mix of proprietary nutrients. One of them being made from aloe vera. And I stay energized from morning all the way until bedtime. No more old man naps. I'm drinking this stuff.
I really like that.
I see that Penny, Andy Morrow, Monkey Jubas, and Dragon Ruse and Marcus are here. Good morning, everybody. I don't know if we've even been advertised out yet for the stream. So, but good morning, everybody. Hope everybody's having a good Friday. It is the final day of the week for, work days, business days. And we're going to move into talking about the show here momentarily. But I thought if everybody was interested in it, because I didn't really get an answer from anybody before the show, if they wanted to talk about Star Wars Bad Batch, if anybody's watching it.
Okay. I'm all right with that.
I haven't been watching it. I thought we were doing Last of Us episode 2.
Nope, not going to do it. I'm
No,
done with that
drop
show.
it.
I'm done with the show. I'm not
Okay.
interested any further. It's like I just sitting there, like I always do that thing where it's like, am I enjoying this or am I doing this for work? And if I'm just doing it for work, I'm not going to do it.
That's exactly how I was feeling. And I wasn't even tempted to watch the
Nobody
second
cares how
episode.
you feel, Anima. Well, except for me, of course.
Oh my
Fuck you.
God.
But no, she wasn't enjoying it all either. I enjoyed episode 1, but I started going into episode 2 and I'm like, then episode 3 and I'm like, I'm just not feeling the show at all. And I love the cast. Everybody's doing a great job acting in it. And by the way, Anna and I were talking the other day, and she said something about the girl that plays his daughter in the first episode. Looks a lot like Zoe Saldana. And I said, she kind of does, but who she really looks like to me is Thule Newton, the English actress from Rock and Rolla. And she's been in a lot of other stuff, but Rock and Rolla is where I saw her the first time. Great movie with Gerard Butler, a Guy Ritchie film.
And we were all betrayed with this sequel that is announced at the end of the movie and never came out.
Hey, we've gotten that before. I mean, you look at I almost said Big Trouble. It's the other film, Buckaroo Banzai. What was the other film? There's another big film that promised the sequel and we never got.
History of the World Part 1.
Yeah, well, that was
a
joke.
That hurts. That one hurts.
And I always laughed at that because they actually show you a clip from it, which is not.
Yeah, Jews in space.
Jews in space.
And the starship looks nice.
I know the effects are great in it. And as a kid, we were like, oh, man, it's going to be so. Wait, then Mel's like, oh, that was a joke. It was a joke. Never intended. And then we get one. My problem is, and why I may not watch it, is Wanda Sykes. I can't stand her. I can't stand her voice. And it's funny. I'm like, because I told Anima, I said, I refuse to watch one episode of The Bad Batch because she's prominently in it, and I can't stand her voice.
She ruins the
She
episode.
ruined it, the entire episode. I got 5 minutes into it, and I'm like, I can't take this. I cannot stand her fucking voice. And so I don't know what happens in that episode. But I figured if it's a Wanda Sykes-centric episode, it probably isn't important to the overall plot. So I skipped it, and I'm still following the story. What's going on?
We will talk about the possible implications in our future show.
Okay, all right. So, but anyway, this show is brought to you by Fuel Up, and again, fuelup.gg, morning coffee / morning coffee, Gerry. We'll get you some delicious, wholesome, and amazing. You know, I joked with the owner, CEO, president, and with the marketing director. I said, yeah, I was using it for 2 weeks before someone said, you're supposed to mix that with water and not snort it, right? Because this shit's amazing.
Yeah, the CEO just laughed.
Terry enjoyed it too. She liked that. And in fact, she's like, she'd like to see me do, this is crack cocaine. Don't be this. This is Fuel Up. This is good. And I said I was going to use a picture of Mayor Marion Barry all fucked up looking. It's the don't be.
Actually, you should use Hunter Biden.
No, I'm not going to do it. It's too political.
Yeah.
Too political. I would, because he really is fucked up.
Come on, man.
But they'll call me out for being political, and I don't want to do that. But Mayor Marion Barry, I liked Mayor Marion Barry because I lived right outside of D.C. I always thought he was cool. Then, found out he was a crackhead, and I was like, oh shit, that'll teach me to like that guy.
Or Bob Ford from Canada.
Oh shit, yeah, I forgot. That's a good one. Remind me about that one later. I like that one. Does everybody? Do you guys know who we're talking about? Bob Ford?
Rob Ford.
I thought it was Bob. Rob. It's still Rob. Bob. Same. It comes from the same name. Yeah. But the guy got busted for crack, and he was with whores, as I recall, right? Yeah, when he got busted, so he was doing crack with some crack whores.
He was the mayor of what? Toronto.
Yeah, that was crazy, man. They got some weird motherfuckers up there in Canada. Do you hear that shit? I think it was this week. Trudeau said that you can no longer sell, exchange, or give as a gift handguns.
Yeah, well,
I'm telling you, fascist dictators, the first thing they do is that take away your rights to defend yourself. Make it look like it's for your benefit.
Do you want to know what is the second thing they do?
Tap dance?
No, they give guns to.
Their groups. Yeah.
Yeah, we saw that in Venezuela.
Yeah, and that's why you're in Mexico. A lot of people. I'd like to sit down sometime and actually have you on as my guest to talk about what that was like, because it was a junta that took place in Venezuela, and that's when the communists took over. And it's been like that. They act like it's a democratic election down there, but the fact is the communists pick who's going to win, and then they allow someone to run against them. And then that person eventually disappears or is murdered. But I see Railway Nation is here. Good morning. Jordy Lyons is here. What is up? Anybody else pop in that I didn't see?
Oh, War Monkey has just arrived.
War Monkey. Good morning, War Monkey. Got 2 monkeys in the house. It's a house of monkeys.
And Real Weight Nation saw you on Twitter all night, apparently.
He saw me till about midnight. I went to bed at about midnight because I talked to a certain person that I shall not say right around between 10 and midnight. And we talked about we talked about the show, but then we got into one of our typical discussions about Scottish movies that I'm a big fan of, and Welsh movies, Irish directors, and it went from a 20-minute discussion to a 2-hour discussion. So Joseph Dredd is here too. Good morning.
And he's
Hey,
hello.
there's Christopher. Yeah, I'm not letting the monkey out of the bag. I hate saying that because we got 2 monkeys in the house. I'm not letting the monkey out of the bag.
Stop being
Specifically, Jeebus
racist.
monkey. I keep
Stop being
Jeebus
racist against
monkey
monkeys.
Jeebus in a bag.
No,
I keep him in a bag.
he will be GPT monkey.
GPT monkey. But I've not let anybody know. The cat's not out of the bag as far as who's going to take over on Tuesday. So we're going to let you break that news on Tuesday. You can just say you have a special guest coming on. And, oh, wait, what's this? Hey, Gary, guess what? I have 35 subs till I get to 100. Look, man, I'm going to do you a favor some point this weekend. I swear to God. I manage 9 accounts for you on YouTube for other people. They're not mine. And they don't do anything anymore. One of them is Josh Becker. I manage his YouTube account, and I'll go.
What is there to manage if they don't do anything anymore?
It's still there. Their old videos are still on there. There's no managing it. It's just there. So I use it to promote my friends by going in and subbing to them on those different accounts, whether that person wants me to or not. But that's part of the algorithm, is subbing to other people.
Yeah, you probably shouldn't be saying that.
Yeah.
Get Tom. I look at myself and how busy I am, and he is just as busy as me. I can't do that to Tom. There's not enough time in the week to do what I need to do. That's why I'm so far behind on things. Tom's exactly the same way. And it kind of sucks because Tom and I have wanted to do this Tom and Gerry thing. And I just don't, I'm starting to think it can't happen because there's just not enough time. Yeah, it's just no time for us to get together and do something. And he's one of my best friends. I love Tom. I'd love to have him part of this, but he's so busy with Andre and what he's doing over there at Midnight's Edge. And I'm certain, as one of our illegitimate fathers here at Pop Culture Minefield, because we are Midnight's Edge Junior. And I'd say we're funnier, but we're not really, because I think Tom's as funny as me, if not funnier sometimes. He cracks me up.
They probably consider us an ugly baby.
Get Brian. You mean from Life of Brian? I like that movie. He is getting old. If you've not seen his fucking beard, man, it is the shit. I got to tell you, Brian's beard is the shit right now. It really is. He has that. I swear to God, man. I told him, I said, we need to get one of those filters to put Sean Connery over his face. And just have him talk as Sean Connery. And just the upper part of the face, not even the lower part. Because he's got that beautiful fucking gorgeous gray beard growing in. Oh, I see somebody brought the black to the party.
Hey, you have to whisper that word.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning. How you doing, buddy?
I'm all right. How are you guys?
You do not sound all right.
I'm just tired.
Why are you here, man? You don't have to be here. You should be sleeping.
You know what? I actually do occasionally miss you guys. So,
Well, thank you, buddy, because I miss you all the time. And we're not going to make the announcement today. I decided it's better to let Chris do it on Tuesday.
Okay.
Have the new host of Tuesdays.
We have an echo.
You have an echo. Echo. It's gone.
Yeah.
But are you coming on camera, or are you going to stay as an avatar?
I'll be an avatar.
Raising.
Yeah, you're really making. Coming on camera. Here, it's. Oh
my God.
So, what's up, buddy? What's going on?
No, I was just. I've been having problems with StreamYard the last 2 times I've used it, so I figure I'll just stay as an avatar.
Okay, were you having trouble with you having trouble or with the hosting? Because just to let you know, we found out. I found out last night from Bill that they got a strike, and Chanel explained to me that somebody was talking about the COOF vaccine, and they got into hot water, and they got a strike against the entire channel, YouTube channel for KGRA. So this morning we're only streaming to their website and to our YouTube channel. They have a 7-day strike. I think it's kind of weird to do that, but I'm not going to get into the politics of it. I think it's stupid. People should be allowed to talk about what they want to and not be punished for it.
Yeah, especially, we allow people that, actually like pineapple on pizza to continue to talk. So
shut up. I mean,
Don't
yeah.
even get me started.
Because I'm going to tell you something. I fucking like Hawaiian pizza. So
too.
does John, Das Wolf, and you and I've talked about this before, Das Wolf.
I think your godfather needs to perform an exorcism on you.
Yeah, I think so too.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you meant Briss for a second. Or no, because I was about to say I already had that happen.
Enough with the cutting humor.
With the Jewish people and the Catholics, we do that.
Oh, man.
But, Peter Vickman Fansite is here. Good morning. That's right, Marcus. Another person of color is here. Right there.
And Sax is in the house.
Oh, Retro Nerd Girl is here? I didn't
Sax,
see
her.
Retro Nerd Girl.
Oh,
Jesus,
it's Monkey
why
asking.
Why do
Monkey,
you keep suggesting? We solved it already.
Yeah, it's already solved. It will be revealed on Tuesday on Chris's show, who's taken over. And the sad news is, I will reveal this, is that Tuesday is, of course, Chris's last show. He and I had a fight. It was a spat, lover spat. It was one of those things where he's like, everything's about you. Now, Chris took a new job. He's working for Apple. And it's going to be too demanding. He thought he might be able to do it, but in the end, he figured out, no, it's not going to work. He's not going to be able to continue doing the show. And we're going to miss him. But he'll still be on the panels. He'll still be showing up on the shows. He's just not going to host Tuesdays anymore. And I wanted to go in a new direction with Tuesdays. And I spoke to a very specific person about taking us in that direction. And
in opposition to a general person.
Yes, this general person. I'm not going to, once again, no gender reveal party here. That'll be on Tuesday. And I wanted to go in a very different direction, a very specific direction. And it's like, it's either that, because I had other options, which included members of our current team, that if this person wasn't able to do it, I was going to go internal. We were going to get somebody internally. And 2 of them know who they are.
Amazing.
Because they're sitting here now. And the only other person that I talked to about it was, of course, Keith, because Keith and I are like, it's like, man, we're already burning our candles at both ends. We can't do Tuesday. It's just not going to happen.
Well, I could do Tuesday. That would be a wreck. I mean, there wouldn't be much left to me.
Yeah. And don't get me wrong. I would be totally amused to watch that.
Sacrificing myself for the ratings every single time.
Somebody told me black don't crack, but I think he cracked a little there.
Monkey's doing his job.
What took
yes.
so long?
Monkey he's on that crack, man. He is on that crack. He is a crack loving motherfucker. Oh, I mean, back door. Nothing. All right, fuck you guys.
Stop that. It's silly.
All right. So we'll get to video for him. We got to get some more new videos because Anima and I have caught more, but we haven't created them yet. But I'm trying to figure out how to do what John does, but with videos. To have videos that I can just pop up, I don't know how to do it. Somebody told me the best way to do it is to broadcast this through OBS, which I have OBS. That's what I stream my games through when I do live streaming.
Open your back door, baby. Loosen your hinges, I'll show you my key.
And I wouldn't mind to do some more game streaming, but I want some of you fuckers to show up for the games and watch. The problem is Mexican Iron Man, I mean, he doesn't tell me what to do. He makes suggestions. And when he suggests something, you really need to listen to him. And so he said it wasn't such a good idea for our channel to be streaming live game streams. So I created, what is it, Twitch? Is it Twitch?
Yes. Yes.
And I started streaming on there, but then I got angry because I found out that it's only on their site for like a few days.
Yeah, Twitch really sucks about that.
And I'm like, nah, never mind. I'm not going to do that because I like to go back every once in a while and I'll show off shit that I did in Call of Duty going, look what I fucking did to this team all by myself.
So create a new channel called PCM Gaming and stream there.
Don't tell me what to do, John. No, that's a good idea.
That's a very good
really
idea.
good idea.
Yeah.
And here's the problem though, John. I really have to make a decision that I have a co-host because I have a mouth and people know I have a mouth and I will say things that I've been saying since I was like a teenager when I'm playing video games. And I will say things that will get me fucking canceled. Now, I don't say anything racist ever, but I will say some things that, like, in today's society, I even frown on it, but it'll pop out of my fucking mouth, man. And I'll go, why did I fucking say that? Because 18-year-old Gerry still lives up here is why. And
18? I'd say
18-year-old Gerry is the video gamer. That's the video gamer, Anima. You've heard me a little bit. You've seen me stream and do game. Mexican Iron Man called you beta. Mexican Iron Man says a lot of shit about me. He does shit on me sometimes. I love that though. You know that he loves you when he shits on you. It's sort of
oh yeah.
It's something he and I have in common. I only shit on people I really like. I insult people I don't like. I will not play Fortnite because I'm a heterosexual male.
If you play Fortnite,
I let Fat Steven play that fucking game.
If you ever get to play Fortnite on stream, please do it with a man bun.
No, I will never fucking wear a man bun. That'll never fucking happen.
That will be a cold day in hell.
I would consider just for shits and giggles to wear a samurai knob, and but it's not a man bun. It's done differently on top of the head.
Keep telling that to yourself.
Oh,
what happened?
Oh,
Martin. Oh, fuck you, Martin. All right, we're 28 minutes into this. We haven't talked about Vox Machina yet, and I am thinking about talking a little bit about the new season of Bad Batch. Because I got to tell you again, I actually like that show. I think Filoni does a fine job with it. Filoni may be a fucking cuck. He really might be. I don't like him. I don't trust him because I saw what he did at that feminist rally and what he said. And I'm like, not cool. It's okay to respect women and want equality. But when you start going past the equality line, you're no longer a feminist. You're something else. And
that's true.
You know, if it's not about equality, then it should not be part of our society. If it's not about equality, it's not part of our society. And I like it when a lot of feminists get asked, well, what aren't you able to do? What can't you do? And then they never have an answer. That's the way you stump them. It's like, well, what can't you do in our society?
And Bert had the answer.
Who? What was it?
My friend Bert had the answer. It's what the world needs now is love. That's what he wrote.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot more love. I think more people should be like you and me, Keith. You know, we're diametrically opposed politically, and yet we never fight. We don't agree. We just don't fight. What's the point of it? We love each other. And you hear about these. Now, look, I know somebody's probably from New Jersey listening to the show right now. I'm just going to tell you, from my personal experiences, New Jersey is a shithole. I don't like that place. And to find out that two conservative politicians were murdered in 1 week.
Oh, yeah.
Over political motivation. They were murdered for their politics.
And they're not sure because he's.
Well, they were saying the first murder was.
Yeah, the first murder was obvious, but the second one was a coworker. So.
Oh.
Yeah.
That doesn't rule out that could be for.
No, it doesn't mean it's not political. But
I've had a lot of people I worked with that didn't like me, but it wasn't over politics because I'm a jerk. And one of them is still a friend of mine to this day, Dina Sanders. I love her. I made her cry at work. And I just went off on her one day. And I regretted it later. I'm like, God damn it. There were so many nicer things I could have said to her. And I told her that. I said, I'm so grateful you kept me as a friend because I've said some mean shit to you over the years that, because she would irritate me. And, but man, I'm glad she's a wonderful person. And I want to get her on the show sometime. I really do. Every one of her girlfriends, I've liked them. She always has great girlfriends. They're just awesome people. And, I have fond memories of working with her, even despite those times I went off on her. Burt Bacharach died. No.
Yeah, that's what Keith was referencing.
I didn't know what you meant.
That's who his friend Burt is.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I made the announcement on my show yesterday morning.
I don't watch your show.
Oh, I'm sorry. Anyway.
No, I was busy all day yesterday. Anima spent a lot of it with me. But I wasn't aware that he passed away because I'm a big fan of his.
Yeah, 94. That's the reason why people have been talking about finally about all of the hits he's written and the awards he's won. I mean, a long life, but man, that guy had a lot of hits.
You're not kidding, man. What the what is that song?
What the World Needs Now.
When you fall in love.
Oh, that one, yeah.
One of my favorites by him.
His catalog, it seems like almost every song he's written, he would write for one person, has been recorded at least 2 or 3 times by other people that have had hits with the same songs. Raindrops Keep Falling on My Head. It's a good one. That's one of my favorites. One of his early ones was The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. It's just his collaborations with Hal David and the songs they wrote for Dionne Warwick were just classic.
I got both of the albums with Elvis Costello that he did.
Oh, geez.
Just beautiful music, man. But I've got a song that I wrote in his, and I'm trying to find it right now on my hard drive, that was absolutely inspired by him. What was said? I'm not seeing it because I'm on. What was something said?
Monkey Jeebus, he's no Phil Spector. Let me tell you something about Phil Spector.
Oh, man, Phil Spector. What a scumbag. When you hear the Paul McCartney stories of dealing with him, you immediately know this guy was an asshole.
Yeah. Look. The thing about Burt Bacharach is the fact that he was the kind of success that he had writing, him and Hal David. I think the only writing team that beat what he was able to produce was Lennon and McCartney. And he was having hits before Lennon and McCartney started charting and still had hits after. And
yes, and he murdered that girl, Lana Clarkson. That's right.
As I said yesterday, he was a guy that was blessed with movie star looks, but he had a talent for songwriting. And he's just, I can definitely say that his life and the songs that he wrote pretty much permeate throughout my existence on this planet. And it's
what I love about his music was his piano arrangements.
Oh, geez. Oh, yeah. Just anyway, I will say this to wrap it up. It still amazes me that I don't think he has a bust at at Jefferson City. I don't think they have him in the rotunda there, which amazes me considering his talent. There's a lot of people that they've enshrined at the state capitol for the state of Missouri, and many of those people are very controversial. But it's hard for me to find any real controversy with Burt Bacharach.
I don't recall anything. He worked with some of the best vocal stylists of their time.
Yeah.
But here you go. I'm going to play this. This song was absolutely written because of him. Song for Rebecca that I wrote.
We can't hear anything.
Oh, let's try it again. Yeah, I keep forgetting it doesn't auto-select the audio. I think that's stupid. It should automatically select that. Soprano sax. And what makes that, a Burt Bacharach song is actually the chord progression is chords that he used in a song, and I rearranged them.
Yeah.
Burt Bacharach was just the shit. And if you've never heard the Elvis Costello, the 2 albums he put out with Elvis, they're great, man.
Yeah.
They really are. What was that one song? It's about your home state, Toledo.
Well, it is rare to have someone that is that talented that has been around as long as he has. And I think what he did with Elvis Costello was like the 3rd or 4th time he's done that. I mean, he has had multiple albums with people that have wanted to record his hits. And unlike other performers who you'll run into singers who will record one song by someone that they like, that that somebody else has written that they admire, he had a legion of singers that wanted to basically try to record all his songs.
Yeah.
And that's amazing.
Yeah, I don't think that any great songwriter that wasn't a fan of Burt Bacharach. Here's that song. I know we're probably going to get ganked for this, and I'll pull it later. I'll mute it. But this is that song. That is just amazing melody.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
We get ganked because they'll actually probably stop us for playing that.
Yeah.
I fucking love Burt Bacharach. That's sad. I mean, he was old. I mean, you got to realize that man was writing music, and he'd already been around for a decade when Keith and I came into existence.
Yeah. He was having hits. And like I said, one of his early ones was The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance. And classic Jimmy, classic
Stewart,
John
Wayne, Lee Marvin.
John Stewart, Jimmy Stewart, Lee Marvin film. And he's just, the guy was a machine, is really what he was. And to have written a song for even multiple singers that sounded great no matter who recorded it, like the song that he wrote for Rod Stewart, that then Dionne Warwick would turned around a few years later and re-recorded it and had a hit with it also.
Yeah,
that's what friends are for.
That is, my God, her voice, Dionne Warwick. Man,
she was a perfect muse for those guys. I mean, for what he was doing with Hal David and the way that she would just express that, she literally was their muse. And wow.
No, it's on this one, Monkey. It's not the video that will get us in trouble. It is the audio. CCAP is really serious about music, and I think CCAP is the main one that deals with Burt Bacharach and Elvis Costello, and they will shut you down. YouTube will gank the shit out of you. But I'm sure I'm going to get a claim on that one. I don't care. I wanted to share it with you guys live, so we did. So we're going to skip Star Wars: The Bad Batch because we got into the Burt Bacharach thing. Hey, normally it's Danny that derails us, but you and I did a good job all by ourselves, Keith.
Yeah, we have a minute 41. haven't said shit about
the Burt Bacharach, man.
That's important.
You, Burt Bacharach's the shit. He was probably one of the greatest songwriters of all time. I always put Peter Gabriel up there too. In fact, I consider him to be one of the greatest lyricists, if not the greatest lyricist of the 20th century. And because you just cannot write lyrics like Peter Gabriel's. It's just, his is something else.
Mm-hmm.
I would never put Sting up there, but I always like Sting stuff. But Sting writes these great songs, and I love his lyrics. They're more cerebral. And that's where he's got the whole being pretentious thing from. Because he gets a lot of criticism in the music industry from other people being too pretentious. And I'm like, well, just because it's smart doesn't make it pretentious.
Yeah.
Maybe makes you a little dumb for not understanding it. And I like people who speak in metaphor in their music because that's where metaphors are most useful. People, well, Jack Nicholson said it, and as good as it gets, people who speak in metaphors should shampoo my crotch.
That movie's a complete source of amusement.
Oh,
it is. Some of the best Jack Nicholson lines are in that film, and most memorable lines. It's like Val Kilmer has all these great films, great lines, but the greatest lines he ever delivered was in Tombstone. And I think it's the same thing for Nicholson. The best film with the greatest lines quoted is from As Good as It Gets.
I don't know. Val Kilmer has a lot of good lines in Real Genius.
Well, yeah, but nothing like Tombstone.
No.
That it is far more memorable what he did in Tombstone with the dialogue in it. And of course, I don't know how much he embellished or if he embellished at all on those. Those are great fucking lines.
Mm-hmm.
And just amazing shit. But we're so close to the first hour. I say we just go ahead and just talk some more about Burt Bacharach or something else until the commercial break, and then after that we'll do the 3 episodes from Vox Machina.
The doorbell was me, and it was my new monitor arriving. So,
oh my!
So I'm finally ditching my last 1080p monitor.
Oh, is this? Oh, what is this one?
It's 4K.
Yeah, I don't look. Don't get me wrong. Do not get me wrong. I think that's awesome, but the human eye doesn't actually perceive 4K. So I'm like, it's almost like a selling point that doesn't make sense to me.
Well, it doesn't perceive 4K, but it looks gorgeous, man.
No, it does. We can't catch how clean it looks. But the fact is, we don't perceive it for 4K. Our eyes, our ponds and cones in our retina doesn't work that way.
Well, I'm wanting the desktop space.
Is it bigger?
Yeah.
Like what size is it? How big is it? I want to know how big it is, John. Tell me how big it is.
Raising.
It's huge.
It's huge. It's huge.
Oh, jeez.
Let me tell you, I'll bang you in the back and blow your nose out. That's what'll happen.
Well, it's 4 times the size as 1080p.
Now you're definitely bragging.
No, in pixels, but physically, what are the measurement?
Oh, my new monitor?
Yeah.
It's only 24, so it matches
small.
my.
That's a
my
good
other
sized
one.
monitor.
But I'm also waiting on the 2. I've got 2 of those gas arm.
Wait. 24 inches and 4K.
Yeah, but I'm
Nice.
Yeah,
I'm
that's pretty
close
good.
to it.
Because you here I cannot find anything 4K that is less than what's 40 inches. So 4K 24 inches, that
Well-
picture is gorgeous, man.
Most of the ones were like 27 or higher, 27, 32. And they were $100 more than this. And this was the last 24 they had that they kept in stock. So I got it from Best Buy.
That is nice.
We don't have it yet.
Congratulations, man.
We do not have it yet, Monkey. But Nerdrotic, I was curious about this, is playing Harry Potter after he said he wasn't going to play it. I think that's because so many people have been talking about it. That interact with our community, our shared community.
Oh, I'm playing it when I get it next month.
You'll never catch me doing it. You'll see me playing Fortnite before I play Harry Potter.
Oh, it's an amazing open world game.
I'm sure it is. Not what I'm interested in. I want to do first person shooter, and I don't want any rainbow farts and sprinkles in it. And that's why I'm like, Fortnite is just not my kind of game. I get annoyed playing Call of Duty when people start buying those skins, and you got some of those freaks running around you on your team. It's like I was in the military. I never saw that.
Yeah. Well, for rainbow and sprinkles on your way to Hogwarts, your carriage gets ripped in half by a dragon. And it kills one of the people in the carriage.
Wow.
Okay, the non-selling point is dragon on that one. I remember a bunch of my friends were playing that Skyrim, and they were like, "Hey, Gerry, you ought to join us." And I'm like, because they were my Call of Duty buddies. I said, "Does it have dragons in it?" And they went, "Yeah." I went, "Nah." I'm not gonna play. Not interested. I went. It's like I like that real world thing. And I don't mind playing the big ones. Like I played Arma, but I just like playing military games. I'm that guy you knew in the 80s that only read Tom Clancy novels, even though I read far more than that. But that's how I'm with games. It's like, it's like I liked Rainbow Six. Rainbow Six led to what was the other Tom Clancy game?
Splinter Cell.
Splinter Cell. Fucking love that game. And then someone says, you need to try Halo. I played Halo for a while because I immediately went to Xbox Live. And I'm like, this shit's amazing. But then 10-year-olds took it over. And I'm like, I am not going to listen to 10-year-olds being, I'm going to rape you. They would say that. And I'm like, dude, your balls haven't even dropped yet. What are you talking about? Shut up, you moron.
Ask your mom why you've got the mailman's eyes.
Yeah, I've got quite a few of the Rainbow Six games.
Now, Monkey, this is me playing a game with dragons in it. I can't get into that. I'm like weird. I love watching movies with dragons in them. Superman. I don't like the comic books anymore, but I love the movies.
This is me playing first-person shooters. God damn it! Fuck!
Yeah.
I meant go left! Go left! Okay.
Maybe that's not what I yell. I yell things like, you fucking... and your mom.
Now, you may like Star Wars Republic Commando.
Actually, you know what? I do like playing the Star Wars games every once in a while.
Try the
in fact, I have a
Commando
video on my personal YouTube channel of a moment I caught on it was with Star Killer, and he has to fight Darth Vader. He has to fight Darth Vader. He has to fight Darth Vader, and it glitched out, and I caught it on video. Darth Vader got flipped upside down in the battle, and you can't beat him. It's impossible to beat him when he gets flipped upside down. He glitches out. you get strikes and you'll see his stuff drop down, but then it'll fuel right back up again, and you're like, caught that on video. That was funny. But I do like the Star Wars games. I own quite a few of them through EA, and but for me, I like the competitiveness of Call of Duty, getting online and playing against other people, and pitting my skills against another human being in combat. Gary's not going to be playing. What is that? Anytime. I don't know what that is. We have most of which will OTK your character. What is OTK?
One turn kill.
Oh, one turn kill. Okay.
Yeah, you probably wouldn't play the was it Jedi not Survivor, that's the one coming out.
And by the way, I did catch the backdoor thing, so here you go.
All right. Where's your fuse box?
It's by the back door.
That's Anima's my other new favorite show. Is watching Undateable. And it's going to break her heart because the show ends. They only got 3 seasons, and it's dumb. It's one of the best written comedies. And a lot of the comedy also came from their ability to improvise.
Yeah, you know what? It's heartbreaking going into a series like that, already knowing when it ends.
But I look at that like going back and watching a classic movie and knowing that the actors are all dead.
Yeah, that's...
jeez.
It's the same difference to me, a canceled show.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Surely you can't be serious.
Dragons were full of gas, so that would help with flight. This is one of those reasons why I wish I smoked dope, so I could be right where Jeebus is right now.
Jedi Fallen Order. That's the game I couldn't remember. It's third person though, but
I actually have that and I've not played it yet. I bought it and I have not played it yet.
I don't think you're not gonna. I don't think you're gonna like it.
It's fun.
Yeah, but it's just a rhythm game with quick time events. That's all that it is.
Quick time
events.
Not,
yeah, it's not like the old time games.
No, it's not. But it's still fun. So
is Keith doing his Darth Vader impression? It means you're breathing into the microphone, Keith. That's funny. So, are you there, Keith? You still there?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, I didn't know. But like I said, I have played the massive games like Arma, where you're just going to those maps and there's like a battle going on. I like those. Battlefield is actually a lot of fun. It's a little more broader, open. You don't get to move to the next part of the map until you defeat the team and drive them back. I like that. But my favorite thing to play, and Anima's watched me play, is on Call of Duty. I like to play hardcore kill confirmed and hardcore search and destroy.
What he's trying to say is I got to watch him get his ass kicked.
What are you talking about, man? I got great videos from those.
I just don't like PvP games.
Yeah, see, and that's why I'm into it. That's why I'm into it, is I want to play me against somebody else. I'll go in there. Now, where I get my ass handed to me, I'll go into those 1v1 maps, man. Those guys they know that map better than I do, and they'll fucking just slaughter me. But when I get on there working with a team, I'm really good at search and destroy. I like mission-oriented, because you're forcing the player not to run around because they got one life, and you can't get stupid. When you only have one life, you'll screw your team if you go running gunning. And in that one, it's absolutely skill involved, and the best skilled team wins.
Well, I played back in the day. I did play Battlefield Vietnam and Battlefield 1942.
God, I need to try that again. I enjoyed Battlefield Vietnam, but I like on Black Ops they have one too. Well, we need to go into our first commercial break. Chanel, take us away. Hi guys, this is Gerry from Pop Culture Minefield here on KGRA, and we're leaving for our first break. I hope we survive.
A birthday without her mom.
An anniversary without her husband. Her wedding day without her dad. These are the days when military families feel it most of all. The loss of their soldier, their sailor, their airman, their Marine, their Coast Guardsman. Families never forget their loved ones lost to war or illness or suicide. Families never forget, and neither do we. We are TAPS, the Tragedy Assistance Program for Survivors. We provide resources, support, and comfort to heal the hearts and meet the needs of grieving military families, all at no cost to them. Your generosity can make an enormous difference in the lives of the families of our fallen military heroes. Our military families need to know they are not alone and they are not forgotten. Show them your support at taps.org.
Important question facing humanity is on the verge of being settled once and for all. The Mutual UFO Network has been at the forefront of this journey for nearly 50 years. Our members worldwide are dedicated to the research, documentation, and awareness that will shape the future of humanity. Won't you join us?
Hey members, the new KGRA DB app is now available on iOS and Android devices. Gain on-demand access to any KGRA DB programming. Download any show directly to your mobile device to listen or watch on the go. Go to the App Store and search KGRA DB.
Oh wow, we survived! Welcome back to the commercial break. Now for some more pop culture minefield on KGRA. We're back. Hey, I love Bill's voice on that KGRA ad. He's got a good voice for radio. But man, that MUFON song, I get bouncy when it plays. I always do. I don't know what it is. That's a catchy little song. That's the one I think we get called on through YouTube. Even though there has to be something we can write into the description or put on the screen that says that, this is a KGRA show. Why are you claiming us? Backdoor Gerry gets kicked for friendly fire. I was in a friendly fire situation. It's not so friendly. Let's see. I thought Taps was the team on Ghost Hunters. That's right. First time I heard Taps too, I was like, when the commercial was going, I was like, Taps. And that's immediately what popped in my head was Ghost Hunters. The Atlanta, I forget what the P stands for, Society. Paranormal. That's it. The Atlantic Paranormal Society, TAPS. Can they play Marble Madness on that? I don't know. What's Marble Madness?
It's an old game. It's an old arcade game. No, it's Crystal Castles, but it's a video game where you basically roll a marble around a puzzle.
Oh, wow. That sounds tedious. Does not sound like something I'll enjoy. Even though I love solitaire and I like playing rummy. I cannot stand, Adam and I have that in common. We can't stand tedious games. Where he's just like monotonous. But anyway, Keith left.
Yep.
Yeah, he's got a phone call. Yeah, so welcome back to the show. We're going to start talking about Vox Machina now. Switch us here so you can see the background slightly. That's our Vox Machina background. I'm getting some... Anybody else hear that?
Yeah,
it's like...
it's weird.
Yeah, I keep getting this little... it's like a feedback or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But there it is. Again. Yeah. Is it you, Dulce Wolfen, again? You got your fan going in the background?
No.
Oh, I don't know what the hell that is. That's really
okay.
Weird.
I'm gonna mute and you tell.
Back up.
Better.
Bada. Swing! Anyway, I guess it is you, Martin. That's weird. But I saw Keely Chow jumped into the chat, and I forgot to say hello. Good morning, Keely. How you doing? See who else is here. Of course, Zax is here. Kyle.
We have a super sticker.
Darius Munchausen, which is the safest Munchausen for children, gave us a $4 super sticker. Don't know what it is because they won't show it to me.
It's the big beer with the coffee.
Ah, excellent. I'm down to my last gulp.
It's always that one.
Ah, yummy. Fuel up. Once again, I want to remind you that this show is brought to you by Fuel Up. Boom, baby. There it is. Go to fuelup.gg/morning coffee Gerry and get your sample. Check it out. Buy your first trial and see if you like it. I'm telling you, you will. If you like coffee, this stuff's amazing. And it really does. And I'm I'm full of piss and vinegar now. And it doesn't go away. There's no crash. It's like,
well, I can believe the first one.
I will go all day like this until bedtime. This stuff's amazing. So thank you for your sticker, $4 sticker, my friend. For you, what video shall we play? What have I not played? Let me look and see. Oh yeah, I'll get this one here. I like this one a lot.
Betty, bring me everyone. What do you mean everyone?
Everyone! Best overacting ever. His intensity in that fucking movie.
He always chews the scenery no matter what movie he's in.
I'm telling you. Our good friend Brian is here.
Hey, Brian.
Good morning.
Hi, Brian.
Hi.
Yeah, if
Hello,
you didn't
Brian.
hear, on Tuesday, we're going to break the word. I didn't know if you knew about this yet, that on Tuesday, Chris is leaving. That's his final show. And he's going to make his announcement. And who it's going to be.
Well,
Nobody
sadly-
knows. I haven't even done a gender reveal yet as to who it is.
Well, sad as that is, it's an upgrade from an Englishman to a Scotsman. So
Definitely. Was it somebody said that Scotland is Great Britain's Canada, and Craig Ferguson says no, England is Scotland's Mexico.
that's right. Yeah. Although Scotland is insane these days, apparently. But yeah.
No, oh yeah, the woke shit in Scotland is ridiculous,
insane.
dude.
Banned meat in Edinburgh, my home city.
And it's hard to
Banned
believe
meat.
that they fought for their freedom.
Yeah.
For centuries with people that were so not woke.
They're actually banning meat. It's just unbelievable. Like they. Anyway,
there's no such thing as haggis without meat. You gotta have meat.
Well, I'm not even sure that's meat. I mean, it's something.
There's no such thing as soy-based haggis.
It's all the bits that are left over that nobody wants.
Well, it's synthetic intestines.
I don't know about the synthetic part.
And the question
you've
of
never-
the day is:
I've had
will we
haggis.
ever
I
get
like
to
it.
Vox Machina?
Yeah, it's best not to think about it. Anyway, I thought I'd pop in. I got a
Did you
reprieve.
watch-
I was supposed to be going.
Do you
out.
watch this show, Vox Machina?
No. So I'm just here to mess with you, basically.
Oh, good, good. And hey, he's coming back. He's coming back. Craig Ferguson is coming back.
He's a break. The Big Tease. Did you ever see that movie, The Big Tease?
Oh yes, when he's the gay hairdresser.
He's the
What a
hairdresser.
good film. Yeah.
Called Sean
God,
Connery.
I became a fan of him because of the Drew Carey show. Because he played his
Yeah,
boss.
and I'd seen him years ago in Scotland doing stand-up and other stuff.
Well, yeah, I didn't find out about any of that. When I found out he was a punk rocker and all that shit, I fell in love with him. I'm like, this guy's the shit.
Well, you usually do fall in love with handsome Scotsmen. It's
true. It's true. Everybody knows I got a terrible man crush on you. I was saying this morning, we need to get the software together so when you do your shows, we can actually do the CG Sean Connery face on you for the whole show, and you can just be Sean Connery.
Well, I do have some reface clips.
That's
of
what I'm
me
talking
and
about, the
Sean, so
reface, yeah.
I've got a few of those, so they will be getting played. Yeah.
Oh my God, yeah, that's fucking awesome. Yeah, Lisa says, hey, 70s.
Hey, Lisa.
And good morning, Lisa. How are you? The second time you've been on. Welcome to the show that never ends. This is the show that never ends.
Except it ends at noon.
It ends in 2 hours. Chanel would not work with us if we never ended.
It's like a nightmare you can't wake up from.
Yeah, it's like the Hotel California. You can check up, but you can never leave. So Monkey Juice says Drew Carey show was cool. I agree. It was really one of my favorite shows for a long time. And again, I want to point out Drew Carey, U.S. Marine Corps veteran. Doesn't look like it. He looks like your shop teacher back in those days. He looked like the teacher that taught shop. But the fact was, he's a former jarhead, man. It is, well, where you're at, we still have 50 minutes here. Decepticon's Cave of Comics is here. Good morning, everybody. So the last hour is going to be the 3 episodes of Vox Machina. So we're doing episodes 7, 8, and 9.
Yep.
So let's get into episode 7, dude.
Well, episode 7 starts out with Vox Machina partially having arrived at in the Feywild, in the Fey realm, and Keely's trying to explain to him that she tried to take him to the net place where they go, but Umbisil disrupted the spell, which means Pike, Scanlan, and Grog didn't end up with them. So they go, they've arrived. You see what the Fey realm looks like. It's all like a bad acid trip.
Yeah, that was
it's all trippy and colors running, water floating in sky. But they start trying to head in, and Percy, of course, is talking about how he read about the Fey realm in the books, so he knows all about it, and he's trying to trying to explain how this works, and it doesn't work for him, and he's obviously not accurate. So they give him a bunch of crap over that. But it turns out that Vax is the environment reacts to people's moods. So Vax is getting a lot of the plant life attacking him, and it's really slowing down their progress. But he realizes, well, that's later. But anyway, he's so they're doing that. Well, it switches over to Pike, Scan, and Grog. They wake up somewhere else, and Pike tries to heal herself, but Grog's sword is still trying to drink her blood, and still drawing the blood out of her, so she can't heal herself. Well, Scanlan goes to go get rid of the sword, and Grog, of course, protects it. The sword's like, no, they're jealous of your power and stuff, and he's not believing it. Eventually, when it takes control of him and he starts to go after them, he remembers what had happened in his dream and him stabbing Pike, and that lets him break the hold the sword's has over him, and he goes and he's like beating against the rocks and trying to break it. He finally stabs it into this side of this hill, and he's trying to break it. And he's like, the sword is, well, if you break me, if you destroy me, I'm taking you with me. And he breaks it. There's a big explosion, huge, like in The Shining, the whole flow of blood out of the elevator.
Right.
It releases all the blood, I guess it had been drinking.
Yeah, it's very explosive.
Yeah.
It's a lot of blood.
And so when they wake up, Grog is skinny. He's lost all his muscles.
Because, look, I don't want to say just how much, but I'm going to say that using the word copious is underwhelming to how much blood was in this scene. It is just immense. And then, and the reveal after the blood goes is scrawny fucking Grog.
And he's all floppy and can't even stand up.
Yeah, he can't even hold up his body. He's just all fucking boneless chicken. It's funny as hell.
Yep. So they Pike tells them, hey, we can get the ingredients together. We can get a potion potion that'll help you restore your strength. And they realize that they're in Tal'Dorei again, and she knows where she needs to go. And so they basically load Grog up in a wheelbarrow, effectively a cart thing, and they have to because he can't even pick himself up. It's just that. And there's a nice moment with Scanlan and Pike, where Pike's like compliment on being so so sweet for taking care of Grog, and he blushes, and he's like, he has to ruin it with a joke, and it, of course, pisses her off.
Well,
That's what he does.
It's what he does, and
yeah.
And part of this episode, to get it into perspective, is we're starting to see a little more movement towards the relationship between Pike and Scanlan.
Yeah.
And that there's clearly feelings there from both of them. And it's just, it's one of those things you get in TV shows a lot where people play around with the idea of a relationship and then something screws it up. Because what do they say? What killed Moonlighting is when they got together.
Yeah.
And it's more fun to watch them resist, fight, and wonder, And but this episode, because to move it along quickly is really the first steps towards trying to figure out what's wrong with Grog.
Yeah.
And how to get it back. Because now that he's broken that sword and destroyed it and all that blood came out, it sapped all of his strength. So it leads us to them because they've got to find that one character, Miracle Mike, or whatever his character was in Princess Bride. They got to find the equivalent.
Yeah.
What was his name? Max. Miracle Max.
Miracle Max. Yeah.
So this show has its version of Miracle Max.
Yeah. We'll get to that in a second. But basically we go back to the Fey Realm. And they find a satyr who's spying on them. And he introduces himself as Garmelie. He's been drawing these really lewd pictures of them.
Yep.
And
I love that character. He's funny as hell.
Yeah.
Morning, Kingsport Cal. How you doing, man?
Morning. So they, they're like, Percy's like, we should just ignore him. And they continue on trying to ignore him. Well, of course, Gimli's following him, offering to help. He'll be happy to lead them where they need to go. But they're, they don't trust him, obviously. So what had happened is they're walking along, and Vax is pissed off these little slime creatures. Well, they all form one giant blob and attack him. And nothing they can do seems to affect this creature. Well, they finally, because Percy has a new invention he's been working on, a shot glove that he's got to like pull to start. You can't get it. Well, eventually they get it so it's like he leads it through a waterfall, and Percy shocks the water, and that destroys it. But Vax is like, well, I didn't want your help. I didn't need your help. And he's still pissed off at Percy because of what happened to Vax. Even though it really wasn't Percy's fault, per se. I mean, it's... But anyway, so yeah, Vax realizes that the creatures are all the creatures and all the plants seem out to get him. He realizes it's the armor, and it's because the armors of the Raven Queen. And then they cut to Umbrasyl, the black dragon, the one that spews acid, and he's talking
Which
to
is
Thordak.
really fucking cool character.
Oh yeah,
he just dribbles it on you and it fucking melts your skin and shit. That was crazy.
Yeah.
But he's talking to Thordak, and he's like, we've got these vestiges of divergence, and Thordak's like, I don't care about them. Just tell you what, you go find them and see if they can help us, but don't forget your ultimate mission. Because he had lost Vox Machina because they had teleported, they had used the plane shift spell to leave, and so we cut back to the Fey realm, and after the blob, the blob, they're recovering from that, and Garmley offers to help them, guide them again, and finally they accept. And he leads them through, and then they come across this city that he said just appeared out of nowhere. Well, Vex and Vax recognize it because it's Singorn, the city of the elves where they lived with their dad. If you remember the flashbacks of how their father was, yeah. So so that the city's in the Feywild now.
Too.
Oh yeah, he's a definitely shitty dad. That is the end of episode 7.
And it's there's a lot of really cool shit going on, and my favorite thing so far this season is the Fey realm. The insanity of that place. It's like something right out of Alice in Wonderland. It is clearly inspired by somebody's LSD trip. Because it is like you said, the water's floating in the air, and there's a scene, and I think it's this next episode where what's her name with the horns? She eats
Caliph.
Yeah, she eats some something.
Oh yeah,
it gets inside her, and she's fucking tripping balls.
They both are,
and it's crazy as hell. It's a very hallucinogenic episode.
Well, the Fey Realm's hallucinogenic episode. It's just
all of it is just nuts. So let's get on to the next one.
I'll see you later.
Oh, you got to go?
I got to slip out. Yeah, so, unfortunately.
Well, thanks for slipping in.
Well, I love to slip in quietly and slip out.
Raising.
So, and it's not a subject I know anything about, but I just wanted to come in and say hi, and I hope you guys have a great day.
All right, man. I'll see you. Hopefully, see you tomorrow for Saturday morning fun time.
Oh, I think so. Yeah, for sure.
All right, good.
See you guys
tomorrow, mate.
Bye.
Bye,
Cheers.
everybody. Bye.
I love Brian.
Yeah, he's a cool dude. I'm on.
Uh,
I'm glad you gave me your spot on his show because it's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah, I fucking love his show. Thing that pissed me off, I don't even have time to watch some of these shows. I dropped in last night for just a few minutes on Maria with T and Telly.
Yeah.
And she's going to be having her 2000th sub celebration coming up here.
Oh,
so if
nice.
you guys have never checked out the show, I love her channel. She's such a positive, proactive person.
Yeah.
And she always has great guests on. And I like
She's
seeing
not
her
negative
show.
like us.
I'm way too nice for her. I mean, she's way too nice for me. That's why I don't think I would ever be on her show, because I'm such a crass asshole. I don't want to put it in her show in the gutter. That's what I do. Our show is from the gutter. And I guess that's what. See you later, buddy. But let's get into this next episode, episode 8.
Episode 8. It starts with them trying to sneak into the city, and they explain that the city, or Vex does, that the city can teleport in times of danger. And so apparently this is one of the places it teleports you. That's why it's there. So they're sneaking into the city. Well, they get caught. And Vex and Vax have to do, they play their father card and demand a audience with the Ambassador Sildor Vassar, who's their father. And there's some more flirting between Vex and Percy. How she doesn't think she's noble enough for Percy. Of course, he thinks otherwise. But while they're in there waiting, they meet the stepmother, because Vex and Vax's mother had died, so he remarried, and they meet Valora, who's the young daughter. And of course, there's this real cute scene about they're really nice to the daughter, and they're happy to see her. And there's not usually if there's another child, there's bad blood between the step siblings,
right?
But in this case, it's not, and
it's the half sister, not step.
Yeah, half, yeah, step. Yeah, I guess you're right. If it would have been from previous marriage, if she would have had it before, then it would have been step.
Right.
But anyway, she gives her blue feather. Gives Valora the blue feather, and they're all that. Well, Sildor finally gives them he shows up and gives them an audience, and gives them. They tell them they're about the fight with the dragons, and of course they know all about the fight with the dragons. That's why the city left, and they're preparing their own armies, but not to fight for Taldore, but in case the dragons find them here.
Right.
And so they're like, well, we're going after, that's why we're here. We're going after the Fenthras bow. And he knows about it, but he's laughing at them because it's just a myth to him.
Bye, Lisa.
But he gives them a writ of safe passage to leave the city, but he tells them they won't be safe beyond the walls because they're in a Feywild. And Percy demands that he change the name from just Vexalia to Lady Vexalia, saying she's a noble of Whitestone, mistress of the hunt, Mistress of the Grand Hunt or Great Hunt. I forgot what it is, but yeah, and that kind of stunned Vex a lot. But she says that her father's like, well, he refuses to amend it because it's a worthless title to him. And Vex finally stands up to her dad. And she drops an F-bomb. And he says, well, if you want to prove me wrong, go find the bow. Then he'll give them the proper welcome.
Oop, and here's Daddy.
Yeah.
Mr. Spock.
You can just tell by looking at him, he's an arrogant prick. But so Percy, is like apologizes to Vex about springing the title, and Vex says she doesn't mind, and she said it's the first time anybody's ever stood up to him besides Vax, and she tells about the childhood and stuff, and then Percy gives her a gift of a special grappling arrowhead that he made for her, and which will be important later on. Well, as they start getting close to the vestige, you've gone, okay. I guess we can go talk about what you're showing on the screen. Well, what's going on?
This is their version of Miracle Max.
Yeah, it's actually her great-great-grandfather. and he is voiced by Henry Winkler.
Yeah, and I love that because like the minute I heard him, I wasn't even looking at the TV or the video image. I heard his voice and went, "That's Henry Winkler."
Yep,
he has a very distinct voice.
Well, yeah, but Wilhelm, she's, he's like a not a priest, but he's like an herbalist. He has like the alchemist stuff, and so
there's Grog, all scrawny.
Yeah. And he's like, Pop,
I
Pop.
need help.
And of course, he calls him Pop Pop. So,
yeah, we actually get to see the backstory with them.
Yeah.
I like that. Is that this episode or 9th episode?
The next
episode, yeah.
Yeah, the next episode. But so they bring him in. They're gonna Miracle Max him up. And
absolutely, it reminds me completely of Princess Bride.
Oh yeah, that's exactly what it's from.
It can't be accidental. Yeah.
No.
Which was Miracle Max was played by another American comedic legend actor,
Billy Crystal.
Is Billy Crystal, yeah.
So yeah, I forgot that interlude had taken place.
My favorite thing, I know you're not hating on me, Kingsport. I know that, buddy. I wish it wasn't, because I know some people find this stuff boring, but we enjoy doing it. And but anyway, Henry Winkler is amazing in Barry. If you've never watched Barry, my God, go watch that series. Just binge the entire series.
And he's a Patrick Mahomes fan, so he can't be all wrong.
Yeah. My favorite story, I'm going to share a personal story. Gerry Willoughby, he took over. He didn't found it with me, but he started up with me in '97 doing Blades on the Blade Runner fan club. And he took over in 2002 running Blade Zone. And I just gave it up. I'm like, I can't do this anymore. And but he worked at a storage facility for art supply or actual art in Hollywood. And props includes movie props. Christie's uses them all the time. And one day he left for lunch and he came back from lunch and he found this guy sitting in the foyer area, the opening area of the office. And he looks in there and he's sitting on the ground with a disheveled look to him, big, thick beard, long hair. He's got a woolly, what is that? That suede leather, not smooth suede, but the rough leather, where you can see the permutations of the skin. It's really rough looking. It's been worn for years. Torn blue jeans and tennis shoes. Just sitting with his head in his hands and his arms around his knees on the floor. And Gary's like, I'm going to do my impression of Gerry. He goes, "I'm sorry, sir, you can't sleep in here." Because he thought he was some homeless dude. And the guy looked up at him and he realized, oh my God, you're the Fonz. It was Henry Winkler sleeping on the floor waiting for him to get back so he could check on some stuff in the warehouse. I thought you were just some homeless person. Henry Winkler.
Yeah.
Pleather. It's not, no. What I'm talking about is like when you have leather on the outside, it's smooth, but when they flip it, and because that's how suede is made, but there's a rougher version of it where you've got the roughness of the connective tissue that is left in the leather. And it's something that I had on a coat that I had a wool collar. I love that coat. It smelled like campfire because I used it whenever I went camping. So it always had that smell, and I'd put the wool up to my face and it always smelled like a campfire. But it was that rough leather, and it was the same thing with what he was wearing. But I know pleather. Velour. Yeah. Is that it? Velour. Is that it?
No, that's a velvet-like cloth.
I'm going to look it up real quick.
Okay.
Well,
there's suede and then there's rough leather, and it's just called rough leather. That's it. Rough leather. So there you go. So let's get back to it here.
All right. Well, they go back. They're in the. This is showing what I've already described.
Yeah, tell me when. Yeah, this is the angry scene, and go get the bow and all that shit.
Yeah. And anyway, so they get outside the gates, and Garmelli's waiting for him, and begins to lead them through.
I'm sorry, I love that image.
Oh, this part, yeah, yeah. So they make the pill, but it's
pill.
huge, and it's like,
and it's got to go in his anus.
Yep.
That was the scene that made me scared of Loki.
And so it's like, you're not. He's like, it's too big for me to swallow. He said, well, you're not going to swallow
that shot right there. Look at that shot.
And Scanlon says, let me do it. I know all about that. I know my way around the back end.
I love how her great grandpa tells her, you better look somewhere else.
You better look away.
And she prays to the Everlight for Grog to survive.
And you see the pill. He lifts up the Grog's loincloth and shoves it in there, and you hear him go, ah!
Whoa!
He's
that voice he has. I love that voice.
Big, I mean.
Well, he's got a voice of somebody that's supposed to be so huge. And it's funny seeing him so scrawny having that same voice.
Yeah. Actually, you could clip that scene and use it for backdoor breaches, because that is a backdoor breach.
That is absolutely. I will do that today.
Breach. So this is the this is the goodbye. This is when Percy stands up and says, "You gotta change it because it's Lady Vaxelia." And of course, he refuses, and
oh, look at that look of adoration right there.
Yeah. Well, there's a thing going on between them.
Oh yeah.
Like there is between Pike and Scanlan, or like there is between Keyleth and Vax.
Poor Grog's the only one that doesn't have anybody to be in love with. Let's not get freaky and say it's the bear.
No, he's when this whole the wrap up they do at the end of the game, when they explain what go through what their characters are doing. She's living, or Grog's living with Pike, because he's been like her big brother for all this time. And of course, she didn't want Grog to be alone, so it's her, Pike, and Scanlan. Although Scanlan gets bored and he wanders off and goes on tour and stuff. So, but anyway, so that's
she's angry.
That's here to there.
I like that she stood up to him.
Yep.
And
of course the kid, what does "fuck you" mean, mommy?
That was funny.
So anyway, here they are being led through the was it the Shademirk bog by Gamely. Of course, Keyleth is looking at all the pictures that he's drawn.
Look at her face.
Yeah. So this is that scene where Percy and I mentioned earlier that Percy and, because I keep forgetting where the interludes go. Because it's hard, when you split the party like this, that's why you never split the party.
Right.
You got two separate storylines going on, and they do a good job of bouncing back and forth between the two, but I never remember at what point it goes, because I'm not Anima. I don't take meticulous notes on everything that happens.
You really meant to see ridiculous, right?
No, I meant meticulous.
She meant ridiculous. Notes.
Yeah.
They are.
And suddenly the character turned to the left, faced 45 degrees.
John.
The sun was coming in from the east through the window, shining on their brilliant skin.
And by the way, I did catch it, Cal. Here you go. You're gonna get your video.
Go! Use the back door. I'll stall the crowd. Go!
So, just the tip.
Yeah, that's the arrowhead that he made for her.
I know, but it's so suggestive. She's touching just the tip.
Yeah.
As she's talking to him.
Yeah, but so they're going through the bog and
there.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Caliph sensed great sadness in the plants, and that's when Garmelli tells them that they're entering the area of an evil archphoenix. Was it Sondor? Said they can't submit to his voice, or his sadness will overwhelm them.
Yep. And of course, immediately, there's a problem.
Yep. So basically, Vex hears Sondor's whispers, and she walks forward into this tree, and it cuts them off from the rest of the rest. Cuts her. Oh, this is the. Back to this. This is after. This is when you find out. Well, it didn't give him his muscles back. It actually just got rid of the corruption from this that was left over from the sword. Yeah. That his muscles need a jump start.
Is it the fire, or is the stripes on his face a different color?
I think it's the fire.
Yeah, it is, because I can see the color on his arm. There we go. Okay.
But yeah, he's talking about he needs some sort of jump start for his muscles to come back.
But at least he can move now.
Yeah, he's able to hold up his body weight somewhat.
Yeah, but he's always whining about being useless.
So here they step into that bog.
Yeah.
And immediately it whispers to her. And she's taken back to this moment with her dad. And
this is actually Sandor. No, she's remembering this moment. Yeah, she remembers this moment.
But as she's remembering it, he infiltrates it.
Yes.
And becomes her father.
At first, her father breaks the pipe that she made for him, thinking, calling it junk. And so Sandor's starting to infiltrate her mind, and he'll use that here in a minute. But she goes off into the tree, and you find out that Sandor she's following stuff, and there's the tree that they're coming up on. So she hears, she basically hears the voice. There's Sandor. He's attached to the inside of this tree.
Sort of like Vecna in Stranger Things.
Yes. And so she's, he's basically, saying, hey, give over to me. I have, plans for you. You can stay here with me. And this is when he's replaced her father in that vision she had about the pipe. And telling her what a wonderful daughter she is. And
making her feel good.
And it really seems to be working until.
Yeah, it does until he says the wrong thing.
He wants her heart. That's
he wants her heart. He wants a companion because he's alone. And he offers to give her the bow if she'll just stay there. And of course, they finally bust in. The rest of Vox Machina. Percy obviously blows a hole in the tree. And so they go in there. They're disrupting the plans of.
That's right, Monkey. Yeah. Because Stranger Things is absolutely connected directly to Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, it is. Yeah. But
those are cool, by the way.
Oh yeah, that's the monsters that the rest of Vox Machina have to fight. They're like tree creatures, but Caliph is like, give me some time. Buy her some time. So they obviously Percy and Vax fight the monsters. This is basically, this is Vex has broken the spell. She's doing the ninja shoot from leaping directions and shooting him, and it's not working because he's got the bow, he's got the vestige, and he's shooting it at her and at the party, and it's causing big explosions and stuff.
Right.
And so eventually she gets knocked down and she breaks her bow. and he's got her in this chokehold, saying, "You will be mine. You will submit." And she takes that arrowhead and stabs him in the heart with it.
Yep. Turns him into a little booger.
Yep.
The cool thing about this arrowhead is that it opens once it's in.
Yeah, it's mechanical because that's what he makes.
The animation in this show is really good, and I love the art.
So now she's got the bow, and now they're heading back out.
Victory is mine.
Yep.
Shut up, Lois.
Yep. So, but back to Pike, and we forgot to mention that because of Scanlan having that vestige, and that's what the Archfey actually looks like. But because of Scanlan having that vestige, the myth carver that showed him where the other vestiges were, he remembers. He knows that they've got to go to Wilhelm next because that's where the next vestige is with the Goliaths that are the half giants that have the half giant that has the stone fists, and that's where we end up. And then he says he knows who has the gauntlet. He says it's his uncle. He said he once killed him with it, and that's the end of that leads to the end of the episode.
And here we go to the next episode, the final episode for today.
Yep.
We got to sum it up quickly, so we'll have to go through it quick.
Yeah. So no sidetracks. All right. Well, it starts up. It shows this village. It shows the group of the Goliaths, which is what the race of Grog's called as a Goliath. It's basically a half giant race. Shows them slaughtering this village of halflings and dwarves and humans, but you see Grog, and it's a
younger Grog.
Yeah. Grog's uncle will congratulate him for his kills thing, saying they'll people will fear the name of Grog Strongjaw. Anyway, so they get to Western, and they're hiding out in a barn. They see, all the devastation and stuff. They see the Goliaths that have come in and taken over after the dragons wrecked it.
God, Grog looks like shit.
Yeah, he's so skinny. But he's kind of actually the same size he was when he was a kid. When they were showing him in that,
not that. No.
He wasn't.
Yeah,
that
he's
strong,
pretty close to the same size.
No.
Anyway, he's like, well, he doesn't want to face this. There's hundreds of the herd, and he doesn't want to deal with them because
he doesn't want to deal with his cousin or
his uncle.
Yeah, and he doesn't want them to see him like that because he does look pathetic.
As pathetic as he looks, he actually is the size of a normal muscular dude. He's just not Grog.
A lean one, yeah. No body fat.
But yeah, so he explains that what happened was that Scanlan turns himself into a dragonfly, and he's gonna go spy and see what's going on, while Grog explains the story cheerfully about what happened that Pike never knew. And her basically he stops, they're raiding. He stops his cousin from killing Wilhelm, and got Wilhelm to safety, but was it Kevdak? That's his uncle.
And this is the scene here where he's supposed to kill him.
And he can't do it. And there's Scanlan. He's got a break because he's in the Resistance. So even his what's called even his Dragonfly has a beret on.
Yeah, it's just so goofy. And there he meets the Resistance.
Yeah.
La Resistance.
Yep.
Yeah, because being Scanlan, he fucks up and turns back into his normal self a little too early and almost gets caught. Squeezes himself through that hole and then
finds the Resistance, and
of course she's a little foxy thing with that little tuft of red hair, so he's attracted to her. That's got to be the jealousy thing between
Gerry. Scanlan is attracted to everyone that has a heartbeat.
Yep.
Yeah.
And sometimes that's not even required.
Yeah. Jesus.
Yeah, what's that old saying? I'd fuck a snake if someone would hold its head for me.
Ew.
So this is the scene where his cousin comes in and is going to kill him.
Yeah. And so he stops him and gets one on the way.
And that's where the bond begins with the great grandfather.
So he lets him escape.
Uncle's pissed.
Kevdak doesn't like it. Beats the shit out of Grog with the gauntlet, which is powered. It's magical, and literally almost kills him. And even the herd is like, turn away because this is like too much. That's too much of a beating, because he's just on top of him, just pounding and pounding and pounding. And he leaves him there. And a little bit later on,
he also tells him
Wilhelm, as the snow comes down, Wilhelm will find him and bring him back
right here.
He'll heal him, and they'll start heading away together.
And so this really surprises Pike to learn this.
Yeah. And she tells him that's not him anymore. You're not that guy.
Yeah, he's built like a mountain climber or a runner.
Yeah.
Hey, would you like to go around behind the barn? Huh?
Yeah, basically. But they're part of Dr. Dranzel's traveling troupe. It's like a band of bards.
Yeah. It's a Hollywood thing of making actors heroes. It's like
And
it's just one of those things.
Yeah, she knows of Scanlan, but she obviously doesn't like Scanlan for some reason. I know why, but I'm not saying.
Because they're related.
Yeah, but the fact that she knows
That's my money, because they look a lot alike.
To his head.
Yeah. So, so they see after this encounter with the other gnome and the doctor, the dragon shows up.
Yep.
And with Mythcarver and starts demanding for Kevdak. Well, he's not there, but they bring in well, I guess it is him. Yeah, he's there, but it's not a big enough thing. And there is with him is Ripley.
And I forget who Ripley is.
Because
I know one of the characters says, I know who that is.
That's Percy. That's the from, remember when they went after, she was the one-handed woman in the in the castle, in the dungeon.
Ah, yeah.
Because she helped betray Percy's family.
We need to split up, guys.
I remember.
And he let her go. All right, so 5 minutes till wrap. Says it's not enough. He says he's pleased with the effort. He'll be back in 3 days. The cousin rebels, thinking he could lead better. Well, the cousin gets his ass beat. And then
he throws him from the balcony. That's the one that shocked me, was when he throws him. Krog looks like shit there. God, he just looks like he's barely able to do anything.
Yeah. So he puts the blood on. He's pretending to have Pike as a prisoner because they use pig blood. And of course, he's saying the right things, even though he's rather skinny and small. He says that he's a relative of Kevdak. And so he gets him in there. And of course, they're looking for Scanlan. And eventually they find him. So they're like, well, we're going to get out of the city. And you hear, Kevdak giving a speech here in a minute that he goes out and
let's skip on up ahead here where they finally unite back in the barn.
Yeah.
And now we've got the big moment that's coming when the sun sets. And I'm going to try to get to it here as quickly as possible. Here it is, the balcony scene.
And he's saying, anybody else think that they can?
The uncle's like,
herd?
Yeah, you think you can leave? Step up.
And so,
there's his
Grog
cousin,
and he looks up and he goes, "Remember me?"
Yeah, and it's right after his cousin is thrown from the balcony.
After his cousin's.
There he goes flying, man. That's some everybody's like, "What the fuck, man?" And
and that's
then Grog steps up and goes, "I can take you." That's the end, man. It's a great fucking episode. I really love this.
No. I would like to add something we left outside. Did you notice that Trinket Boys is fucking Chich Marine?
That's true. Yeah. I want to thank everybody for being here, man. I appreciate you guys coming in and watching. Penny, Andy Morrow, Monkey Jeebus, Dragon Ruse, Marcus was here, Alex Moore, Real Wade Nation, Joseph Dredd, Christopher Moonlight Productions, Keely Chow, the Peter Vickman fan site, Zax, also known as Kyle. Let's see, Lisa, Kingsport Cal, Decepticons Cave of Comics and Toys. And that is it. I want to thank all y'all for being here today. I appreciate it. I love these shows, man. I love Vox Machina. It's like one of the best things I've watched animation-wise. Really good stuff.
It's getting better.
And I also want to thank, I think it was Shinatsky that shared it with me this week. I got to watch the sequel to Vampire Hunter D. And
okay, cool.
my gosh, it was good.
Go.
So let's go. Take us out of here. Get us out of here, Chanel.
Bye, guys.